How you doing? Dr. Dan Miller, Historical Solutions LLC. I'm the guy with the hat. It's good to be with you. We're spending some time in a very beautiful part of southern France, rural southern France for some days, and thought I'd just say hello and tip my hat to you and all that. So been doing a few things regarding my stuff off and on as we've been here and all of that. You'll see Redux come up tomorrow, as it should, every Thursday. It came up last week when we were here, last Thursday on the 4th. It's back again tomorrow on the 11th. I thought I just would take a couple quick minutes on this. So I was reading my 1411. That's a kind of a daily aggregator of news and some cool stories and that kind of thing. And bumped into something today about that Apache, was it an Apache? You tell me, Apache helicopter that was shot down or went down regarding the American and Israeli activity against Iran. And then I see in the thing today that for the first time in human history, there was a complete drone intervention of rescue by the is it Corsica? I don't know. Possibly. I don't know. Whatever the name of it is. It's a 24-foot U.S. Navy device. A complete drone can carry 1,000 pounds for 1,000 miles at 40 miles an hour. So this drone accomplished the rescue and retrieval of the downed pilots of the Apache helicopter, and as I understand it, at least as of this viewing, they're safe and sound and secure, and it's a hell of a thing. First time in human history. Obviously I'm elated about that, but it's first time in human history that's happened. Got me to thinking of some other stuff. I bumped into something the other day, I think it's still ongoing, about the initial public offering, the IPO of SpaceX. There's going to be one of OpenAI, I guess a few weeks on out. So those are some things I'm kind of keeping track of, along with all the other stuff. Here's why I bring it up. I remember my pandemic work. Remember that when I went back to 100 years prior to look at the prior pandemic of 1918 to 1921, and I did some, like my Americanism Redux, I did some ongoing stuff, day to day, week to week, that kind of thing, of 100 years prior. One of the things that I had in an entry, I couldn't tell you which one it is, I suppose I could dig it up, but I made the remark that along with whatever else was happening in the pandemic that week in 1918 to 1921, that was also the first use and unveiling of Henry Ford's assembly line, I suppose, in Detroit. That was also happening at that same week. And I made the point in sharing that, in that particular entry, that, boy, it's easy to overlook stuff that is a subset or subterranean or subsurface when all of us are focused on other big, immediate, in-your-face and momentous things. But momentous means of the moment. So that's just one point I'll reach out and say. But so I just said in that entry, don't forget that with all the stuff we had going on in the pandemic of 2021 and 2 and so on, that there's also these subterranean, subsurface things that are happening that will actually have equal or bigger impact as things unfold and kind of unroll, just like the assembly line changes literally everything it touched, and to some extent continues to do that. So we have that now, hence my thinking about the drone rescue, first ever, my thinking about some of maybe the two largest IPOs of this scale, first ever, for SpaceX and OpenAI, and there's obviously others. But it's easy to get focused on whatever is taking your energy and interest and motivation and emotions and everything else, and think that that's the dominant thing. And then a little while downriver, you realize, oh my gosh, this other thing's popped up and it's been going on too. and gets bigger and bigger as we go, just like Ford's assembly line. So that's my thought for today. Just a little thing I wanted to share. Remember that we've got our version of the Ford assembly line that's happening sub-level, but will have all level impact as things unfold and unroll as the river moves on. The challenge is recognizing it, I suppose. Don't beat yourself up if you don't see it, and don't recognize it in its first iterations. That's all right, but don't be afraid of recognizing it either. So I guess that's just something to share from where I am. In case you're wondering, mi familia has gone on to some other sightseeing today. I'm kind of living the life of the French countryside here for the day, which is just fabulous as far as I'm concerned. I got my clothes are drying on a clothesline out here. That's very French rural. Who knew that I grew up in a French rural household all those years ago that used clotheslines? I'm glad to know that. And we've got the hats and all the other kinds of things. And I've got my clear glass with clear water. We'll change that up in a bit, but that's where we are right now. I hope you're having a great day where you are, and a great week. Look for Redux tomorrow, June 11. I think you'll enjoy it. It's one of its own kind. So thanks again, Dr. Dan Miller, Historical Solutions LLC. I'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.